Hi, my name is Ty Danae Bradley. I am a research scientist here at SandboxAQ, and today I'm here with Nadia Harhen, General Manager of the AI Simulation team here at the company, and we are here today to talk about some of the latest developments happening on the team. So Nadia, thanks so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Ty Danae. I'm so happy to be here with you.
So just to kind of get started, one of the core technologies here at the company, as you know, are large quantitative models or LQMs. So just to get the conversation started, can you kind of talk about what LQMs are and the kinds of problems, let's say in preclinical R&D, that they're particularly good at solving?
Absolutely. The way I think about LQMs, it's equation-based, physics-based computing. So they don't hallucinate, they don't make up answers. It is literally based in the laws of physics. And so this makes them very well suited to solve very mathematically inclined, very scientifically riddled domains. And these domains are drug discovery, they're material science domains, they're catalyst discoveries. The way that I think about common LLM tools, they're very, very useful for a wide variety of things, and they can solve many types of problems, particularly when they rely on words in the English language, natural language. But when it comes to trying to figure out a new type of material, those answers don't exist in the literature. If they did exist, I think we would have already found them with the tools we have available. And so when it comes to commercially viable and tractable problems that are really at the top of minds for our customers, the answers just do not exist. And so this is really where LQMs come in to help us push into this new regime.
Ah, that's a great explanation. Thank you. So I'm curious now what that looks like specifically on your team. So, could you tell us, maybe walk us through a use case where your models, your LQMs have made a clear difference?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, the typical drug discovery cycle involves many, many iterations of design, make, test cycles. Oftentimes, it takes years to go through these cycles, and when you optimize for one thing, something else goes out of whack. And so it's a big game of whack-a-mole. And what our team is really focused on is multi-parameter optimizations. It's really doing all of these attributes at once, in a very specific way, and it is really targeted towards the target profile that the customer has designed for with us together. And in a very specific example, with UCSF, one of our premier customers, we're working with Dr. Stanley Prusner, the Nobel laureate. This is something where we went to a hit series very quickly in 30x the speed, and they were extremely impressed by this because they had been at this problem for many, many years.
So now I want to ask a question that maybe viewers are thinking at this point, which is that lots of companies, of course, these days are exploring AI, but as you kind of suggested, the results can be hit or miss at times. So can you talk a little bit about what makes Sandbox AQ's LQM specifically more reliable or more effective than what's out there?
Yeah, I think very simply put, they're just faster. LQMs are just faster than traditional physics-based methods. And to make this very concrete, in our collaboration with NVIDIA, we used our tensor network, so this is our DMRG approach, to really speed up these cycles. And we did this in a way, the demonstration point we used was really around catalytic problems. And there's a particular type of enzyme called cytochrome P450 that's implicated in drug metabolism. And drug metabolism is one of the many features of safety. So you have, in ADME tox, you have absorption and metabolism and digestion and a whole number of attributes. This is just one of them. This is metabolism. And if we could solve for just one of these things, it would be a massive improvement. And in this particular proof point, we showed that we were able to bring these calculations from a stage that was not tractable, so weeks to months, to really what is taking a few hours. So, we're very, very close, and we're hoping to supercharge this with some of our latest investments.
Yeah, I mean, that's exciting. Congratulations on that
Thank
amazing
you.
progress. Yeah.
Thank you.
So earlier you mentioned one of your premier customers, and so I kind of want to revisit that point, the customer side of things. So can you tell us a little bit about what is your engagement model for a customer, and how do you integrate, for example, with their existing R&D pipelines?
Yeah, so first point is that we don't have a therapeutic pipeline. So it's easy for us to engage with our customers and their pipelines because we're not competitive with them with our own pipelines. Typically, we work on a milestone basis, and these milestones are ones that we set up with the customer. So we define together what success looks like. And so far, so good. We haven't had any unhappy customers, and we typically deliver on a proof of value, as the industry calls it, in the first couple of weeks. So the customer sees right away that the technology and the tools are really built for purpose, they're specialized to their needs at hand, and that gives them the confidence to go to the upcoming milestones that we've then designed together.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So now I kind of want to shift the discussion to some current events at the company. So, as you know, SandboxAQ recently had a big capital raise and announced a new partnership around computational resources. So, I just want to kind of get your perspective on this new momentum. I mean, what will this let you and your team do now, say that wasn't possible 6 to 12 months ago? And what are your thoughts on why the industry should be paying attention now?
Yeah. We're super excited about this inflection point. What this really allows us to do is generate data at scale. And the fact that we can do that means we get to make more accurate models. And why are more accurate models important? Well, we can opine on very specific areas of chemical space that are industry relevant, not academically important, but really truly industry relevant. And that's what we train our models on. And so we really invite customers to work with us to train on their specific areas of interest so that we can help advance their pipelines and their material science and their new innovations and discovery.
So this is clearly an exciting time for the team. And so I'm curious now. I mean, are there any sweet spots where your models shine specifically? And I'm curious now, especially with the new momentum, what's your special focus been recently?
Yeah, so traditionally our focus has been small molecule drug discovery. Where we're moving to is really around focusing on bottlenecks. The bottlenecks are really that translation into humans and safety. This is where most drugs fail. And so if we could bring all of these processes in silico and focus on really making sure that we're tapping into what makes a drug fail in humans and translating that, that clinical translation piece is where we're really focused.
If we think about now moving from the present to the future, as we start to wrap things up, it'd be wonderful to hear what your vision is. Let's say in the next 3 to 5 years or so, what can customers who are investing in LQMs today expect in these years ahead?
Yeah, so I think it'll require a mindset shift because I think, folks, companies are very entrenched in their ways of our design make test cycle, and we've invested as an industry heavily in these methodologies. But what we'd really like to see is those methodologies move in silico and really getting to the answers much quicker so that translation can occur rapidly and ultimately get these drugs to patients as quickly as we can. And so we want to push state of the art models that do exactly that to our customers. We want to bring in agentic workflows so that they can be in the command center and really be dictating which models are able to be utilized for particular workflows and so on, to solve some of these problems. And so what we do is develop the state of the art methods and then make them available and make them very accessible, but also have them produce these clinical molecules that are going to be effective.
Amazing. I mean, you've painted a really exciting future. I'm looking forward to what's ahead and the progress that you and your team are going to make. And congrats on all you've done already. It's really amazing. And thanks for taking the time to chat today.
Thank you so much, Tidane. My pleasure.